So after spending 2 weeks travelling on buses, doing this route from Delhi all the way down to Udaipur, it was time to finish the holiday. It's been amazing and just seen so many things, and it's just been great. And I only scratched the surface of a tiny bit of North India as well, because India is so huge. So the morning started with a 7 a.m. taxi ride from the hotel in Udaipur to this really small little airport in the town of Udaipur. It had 3 gates and it was just really tiny. After checking in, I went and just got a drink. I hadn't been feeling very well all night. I'd been quite sick, so I was feeling very rough. So I just got a drink of water and waited for the flight. The airport felt pretty empty for the morning flight. It's a small airport that only does domestic flights. So I was on the 9:55 to Delhi, which was going to take just under 2 hours. This is obviously on the flight. I was still feeling quite rough and hadn't really slept. As I said, I'd been up all night, so was feeling quite tired. This is arriving in Delhi and arriving for the bag pickup here in Delhi. Then I jumped into a kind of taxi bus at Delhi airport and went not too far, 10-minute drive to a local airport hotel. So this was my room at the Ibis Airport Hotel, just something really simple. And as I said, I wasn't feeling well at all. So it was midday and I literally went straight to bed and spent most of the day in bed. This is 4:30 the next morning. I'm in the lift going down to the lobby. I was feeling a lot better than I had been. And this is a taxi ride at 4:30 in the morning, going 10 minutes or so from the Ibis Airport Hotel to Delhi International Airport again. After arriving at the airport, I checked in at the Air India desk and dropped off my bags and got my boarding pass and everything. Having gone through passport control and checks and everything, I had about 2 hours in the departure lounge and I spent some time just drinking water because although I was feeling better than the night before, I hadn't managed to keep much water down, so I was conscious that I needed to drink and I just rested really. I arrived at the gate just before 7, ready for the 7:30 a.m. direct flight from Delhi to London Heathrow. The flight took off from Delhi on time, and takeoff was smooth. It was about a 9-hour, 30-minute flight, direct to London, arriving in London at about 11:30 a.m. UK time. There was quite a lot of good selection of movies, and I relived my teen years and watched The Matrix, which I haven't watched in probably about 20 years. Starting to feel better and hadn't actually really eaten in about 24 hours, so I had this really nice curry on the plane. I even found some games like solitaire to play on the screen. And then finally, after almost 10 hours, I arrived over UK soil. The plane had been flying quite low over land most of the journey, and I'd seen some wonderful views and mountains across from India. But as we flew over the UK, there was just grey cloud cover from pretty much the moment we arrived at the UK, which was quite amusing. Was my first sight of the UK. As I say, I'd had perfect views, saw all of the Alps across Europe, everything, and then just grey cloud from the south coast of the UK. So this is coming really low, below the clouds, into London, coming into land at Heathrow. After a smooth landing, I went through and collected my bags and went through passport control, which was really quick and smooth. It felt good to be back in the United Kingdom after such an amazing trip. After exiting the terminal, I got the lift down to the underground station at Heathrow and jumped on the Piccadilly line all the way to King's Cross, which took about 50 minutes or so. And most of the journey initially is actually overland, so it was nice just to kind of see London again. At King's Cross, I had about an hour before my train because I had allowed enough time in case there was a delay. So I went to Greggs and got some lunch before getting on the train. I was feeling so much better, but just really, really tired. I'd been awake for almost 22 hours at this point. You can see how tired I'm looking on that train to Leeds. And then I arrived here at Leeds at about 5 p.m. And then just got a taxi straight from Leeds station to my flat in Shipley, and that took about 20 minutes or so. And then literally went straight to bed because at this point I had been awake nearly 24 hours and was very tired, having travelled that whole time, and also a little bit jet lagged because it was now gone midnight Indian time. So it's been an absolutely amazing trip to India. I've just got so many experiences, so many memories. It's going to take a while to process. It's been great. Thanks to everyone who's been watching these videos. If you followed along from start to finish, I hope you enjoyed watching them. It's been just amazing. Thanks for making it this far and watching them.